asked, how did I start Hawk Creek? Or how did I get to the position that I'm in right now? I know when I founded Hawk Creek 18 years ago, but it's a little more difficult to find out what was the impetus behind all of this. Was it when I was 2 years old in Brooklyn when I was pulled out of the path of an oncoming car by my dog, who saved my life when she broke her leash and jumped over a fence? Or was it when I was 7 years old and I rehabbed a crow named Peter with a broken wing? Or was it all the countless songbirds that I had every summer that I rehabbed and raised myself as I was growing up? All I know is that when I was older and had kids of my own, I wanted them to share the same experiences that I have and the love of nature and to learn the respect for animals. So I wanted them to go through the same upbringing. So I started again, and little did I know that I would become quickly overwhelmed by phone calls and animals. I never planned this. Hawk Creek grew out of need in the community. We met that need over the years with the time and effort. Hundreds of volunteers spent thousands and thousands of hours to create Hawk Creek as we know it today. As of last year, we presented over 2,000 educational programs and reached more than 250,000 people. We rehab up to 500 animals a year, and we bred and released almost 200 barn owls and released them back into the wild. Many people think this is a glamorous job. We've had to drive through blizzards, driving bands to feed the animals. We've had to haul water by hand when our wells run dry. We've had to pack up animals and move them when our electricity ran out to keep them warm. And I've had to shovel out 80 animals during a 7-foot snowstorm just to locate them. Our operations manager works nights to support his full-time volunteer job here. I haven't been paid in 12 years. When our 140-foot flight cage collapsed, we could only stare in disbelief. It's a very tough life. If the money we make during our lifetime is how we're measured, my net worth is zero. But if we value what we give away, then my value and Hawk Creek's value is priceless.
Armed with the belief that which does not kill you only makes you stronger, Hawk Creek resolutely moves on, achieving honor upon honor, such as the recent accreditation as an animal sanctuary through the Association of Sanctuaries. This designation makes them only the second in New York State and the 41st in the entire nation to earn this important honor.
We were just accredited by TAOS, the Association of Sanctuaries, and they have currently only 40 sanctuaries that are accredited in the country. And this is to try to help the public determine who is who.
Among the center's many impressive achievements, its barn owl breeding program. Once prolific in western New York, loss of habitat heavily damaged the population of this beautiful raptor. Through the efforts of their award-winning program, which has already reached its goal of 100 released birds, this ghostly owl can once again be found soaring the region's night skies. Hawk Creek's rehabilitation program has been extremely successful, treating and releasing hundreds of species, from great horned owls and peregrine falcons to coyotes and white-tailed deer. They have also filled an important role as a resource for other rehabilitators, veterinarians, and local organizations. While rehabilitation put Hawk Creek on the map, its most important goal now may lie in education. In addition to its human teachers, the center has about 50 animal ambassadors, non-releasable animals that choose to be representatives for their species and the planet. Most are brought in from facilities across the U.S. The need to foster individual responsibility toward care and preservation of Mother Earth must begin at an early age, and the center's extensive education programs achieve these goals with resounding success.
Being a teacher, the most important thing you can do for your kids is provide them with hands-on experiences. It makes it real to them. It makes it something that they can do. It shows them how things really are out there. They get to see things that they would never truly see in the world, especially some of the city students who never see wildlife, and all of a sudden there's a hawk, 5 feet from them. It's an amazing experience for them, and to watch them is an amazing experience for me.
Today we traveled to Hawk Creek Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. We saw many birds, all sorts of owls, hawks, bald eagles, and bobcats, fox, and a three-legged otter. It was incredibly relieving to me to see that somebody out there cares enough about animals to have the initiative to set up a rehabilitation center like this one. At times I can feel like a candle in the deepest, blackest hole of the human conscience and heart, trying desperately to shed light onto such important matters as protection of our wildlife. The group was able to release 11 barn owls into the wild. The look on each scholar's face as their owl flew off into billowy gray clouds could only be described as wonder. It was truly an experience I shall never forget. And even though it was a happy one, it was a humbling one as well. The sight of our feathered friends soaring to freedom was, without a doubt, an emotional experience. It was tear-jerking, moving, and delightful all in one.
Hawk Creek's strong growth, although exciting and rewarding, does not come without a price, the most obvious being financial. But less obvious is the burden of responsibility, the importance of ensuring Hawk Creek's legacy passes to hands as caring as their own.
My goals for the future, since this is no longer a little homeschooling deal, is to move the Wildlife Center to a place that I can feel comfortable leaving my legacy behind, or all the volunteers' legacy behind, because obviously this is a group effort. So we need a home, a permanent home, where we can be open to the public, have bus tours. We're not zoned to be open to the public. And we can keep this facility for the breeding and the rehab where the animals need their privacy, so we can meet the needs of everyone a lot better. And the lifespan of our emus is 60 years, my parrots are 100 years, and my eagles are 60 years, and a lot of these birds are very young, and I'm not, so I need to find a permanent home for them.
It is comforting to know that a small group of committed individuals can still make a difference, have an impact on the environment, and instruct and touch people on an intimate level. For it is on that level that Hawk Creek's influence can be felt most profoundly, inspiring individuals to a deeper understanding of our home and a belief that we can change the tide of destruction and restore the damage inflicted upon the sanctuary we must share with all of Earth's creatures.